All right, so let's take a look at lazy stored properties. So, lazy stored properties have values that are not calculated until they are first accessed. So, you might be thinking why it is useful. Well, it is useful because, like, memory is saved during the class initialization, and basically when the variable is actually needed, that's when it's actually computed. That way you can actually defer those initializations for later on. Let's say if you're running a computationally heavy process or computationally heavy function, and you want to basically defer that for later on execution when it's actually really needed. That way you can reduce your app's startup time and classes response time by having lazy stored properties. All right, lazy stored properties are declared with lazy keyword. So you simply say lazy, and it's always declared with keyword var if there is no lazy let. Okay, and then you actually define your operation. So for example, let's say if we say a string sample string, okay, and you can actually assign it a variable, like a method. So compute string or something like that, and you have, like, that compute string function defined somewhere, that actually computes like length of string or something. For example, hello dot count, like so. Okay, so if I execute right now, um, like you see, like, because it's actually only valid inside a class or a struct. So although we haven't covered class or struct, but let's assume that we have, and let's create one. So we're gonna create a sample class, and we're gonna put this inside there. And now what we're gonna do is we need a return type. uh, actually actually it is good. Okay, because this is returning an int. Okay, so now if I create a variable for object for this class, so obj sample class, for example, if I execute, you notice that our variable is not initialized because there is nothing in here right now. Okay, um, let's change it and do some experiment. So as you can see, you cannot define a member with property initializer. So this is one of the compiler that I want to show you. So when you are defining a computational function, you have to have lazy keyword. All right, now let's use our object dot sample string, and we're gonna run this. All right. Um, okay, there we go. My computer just decided to run a bit slow right around that time. Okay, anyways, there we go. Now we have seen the computation happening, and we see the result as well. Okay, so this is how you actually create a lazy property. Usually what happens is you actually take this part and put it inside a closure. So you don't have like a function. Usually you put like inside a closure. So you simply uh, put a closure, a self-executing closure, and you say the return type is going to be int, and you simply say return hello dot count, and right, you simply run that. We don't need this. Right, so there we go, and our class is executed, and we have created our variable. So if I don't call this during the initialization, there's no operation that's actually happening until I actually use this. It's basically gonna initialize this variable. Okay, So this is it about lazy properties. Thanks again for watching.